You guys, we got our dreamland.
Feels so right.
They accepted our offer.
Oh.
You guys want to see it?
Sure.
So the owner of this land accepted our offer. And we can't believe it because we made a pretty aggressive offer and they took it. So now, if everything goes smooth, this is ours. This is where we're gonna build this community. And maybe we should give you guys a little top-down look on what we're thinking of doing. Because I know the word community starts to, you know, a lot of people start to resonate with a commune or like a massive group of just like a bunch of hippies and everyone's naked and having a blast. And that's not really what we're planning on doing. So maybe we could give you a little idea. Over here is where we're looking at building our house. So our house is gonna be one of 4 houses for now. So tentatively, we're planning on putting our house over here, and then we're gonna build 3 other houses. We're gonna build one here, and one here. 2 of these houses are gonna be for other full-timers, people who are living here permanently, and one of the houses is gonna be for people that wanna stay semi-long-term, maybe like 3 to 6 months, because right after 6 months, you have to get permanent residency. So that's kind of how we're thinking about setting this community up. 4 houses in total, probably about 8 to 10 people that are here long-term. And then we want to have a big short-term community. People who are maybe coming for, you know, maybe a few days or a few weeks or a month or 2. People want to stay in campers, or maybe we'll build a few yurts, or kind of like semi-temporary housing, kind of like glamping. So we want to build a little area for that. So of course we're gonna have our solar set up. The one that we are working on purchasing right now, that's gonna be close to our house because DC power doesn't travel well. And then we're gonna build water storage. We need to have a big water tank. We want to do our water off grid. So we're gonna plan on putting our water tank down here. And then we also want to build a greenhouse. So tentatively we're thinking about putting our greenhouse here. And then we want to have a big outdoor farm. So this is for plants that are more resilient to having a lot of moisture, are just more resilient to the elements. So we're thinking about putting that here. You might be thinking, well, you're only building on half of the land. Why are you only building on half? That's all that we're buying. We're gonna buy only half of the land because that's all that's for sale. It's still 2.5 acres, which is plenty of land. When we first started this, we thought we wanted between 5 and 10, but for what we want to do, at least to start, we definitely don't need it. And who knows, maybe this cattle farmer, you guys see all these cows over here? They're all eyeballing me. Maybe this cattle farmer will want to sell that half at some point, and you know, we can get that piece. But we're really happy with this part because it's more flat. That part over there is basically just all cliffs and really steep cliffs. So there's not a ton that we could have done with it anyways. So we're really happy with what we got. But now that we've shown you around and we got the good news, I think it's time to go celebrate.
So, we may just have to take back everything we just said.
We just got a call from the realtor, literally right now. And there's no water. There's no water lines. And we have a contingency on that because we want to have water lines for a few reasons. The biggest one is resale. And if ever comes a day where we want to sell this, no one's gonna ever buy it if there's no water. That just made things a lot more complicated.
I mean, yeah. Fudge.
I feel like these are like signs.
I don't want to look at it as a sign yet. Time to dig in with a little bit of sugar and spice.
Dun, da, da, da. Hey, check this out. You got the Patriots on. I come from a family of diehard Patriots. My family's had season tickets since 1972. I don't think there's anyone who has gone to more Patriots games than my mom. Touchdown! So I'm gonna go to the hardware store.
While I go get my sweat on, I'm getting a workout in.
I need to see what materials they have here. A lot of stuff is built out of concrete. And I don't know what they have for wood. I don't know if I want to build our house out of concrete now that we're starting to look at different types of houses to build.
The sun is finally out after about 3 days of constant rain, so now is the perfect time to do it.
to my new second home, the Do It Center. I was really hoping that this would be a Home Depot, or like a Home Depot, but it's more like a mix between a Home Depot, a TJ Maxx, and a Dick's Sporting Goods. There's like kayaks and stuff, so I don't think this is what I want. I think it's important to try to figure out where I'm going to get these materials from, but that's definitely not going to get most of them. They had a few tools and that was it. Hi, good girl. Hi, my love.
Hello, sweetie.
Are you working on our Patreon letters?
I am.
How many do we have this time?
A lot.
So once a month, or we try to do it once a month, we send out a handwritten letter to all of our patrons. It's just been getting to be more and more people. We're sending letters to like 100 people now. We freaking love doing it. So if you guys want to get letters, we'll put a link to our Patreon right in the description. Oh, and by the way, also, we post 2 extra videos on there a month. So if you want to see some more videos from us, you can get those on Patreon too. We got word that our buddy Arturo, the guy who runs probably the best coffee shop I've ever been to, he was like the second best coffee in the world. Just won second best at a coffee festival. Hola. ¿Qué pasa?
Hola. Welcome. Good to see you.
I was just telling YouTube that you have the second best coffee in the world right now.
Well, the second what?
Second best coffee in the world.
The what? Panama?
Close enough.
Yeah.
It's the second best coffee in Panama. I like to over exaggerate.
Well, right now we have the second best coffee in the competition of Panama available, and I have them ready for you to. But I want this time for you to learn how to cup them.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
We're cupping coffee. Is that when you take it with a spoon and you go?
Yeah. Have you done it before?
We watched a guy do it one time, and I was like, man, what is this guy doing? But that's what it is, huh? It's
All right.
cupping.
So yeah. So let me show you and explain. Very good. Cupping. This is the second one. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So this is the second best in Panama. This is number 4.
In
so
Panama.
how much would you expect a cup of this coffee to go for?
Well, anywhere between 40 and 50 bucks.
For a cup of coffee.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, that about does it for our first coffee cupping session. What do you have to say? You ever gonna drink a cup of coffee the same again?
Never.
You start to learn how many different ways there are to roast coffee, and different types of coffee. There's geisha, there's natural, there's washed, there's honey.
Most people go day to day just, getting their Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks coffee, and you don't think anything of it. But then once you actually put all these different coffees side by side and you taste each one individually, it's crazy how much of a difference there is that you notice.
And the really cool thing is Arturo gets all these beans raw and then roasts them himself. So it's definitely a super specialty coffee place. And we're so happy it's right here in Boquete. And we've been talking to him about roasting some coffee for us for some merch. What do you think? You gonna roast some coffee for some merch?
Yeah, sure.
Coffee merch?
Yeah.
So you might be getting some of Arturo's coffee soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Man, I think the best thing about that whole experience is just how passionate about coffee Arturo is.
He's the best.
No one loves coffee more than him. You see that, Mom? You see that, Mom? They got pastries. That's a selling point for you, so you come and visit. I'm trying to get my mom to come visit by showing her the pastries.
Let me tell you, Michelle, they got all the pastries in the world here just for you. Alrighty, so we're on our way to the realtor's office, chocolate in hand, and we're gonna go talk about this whole water situation, get the 411 on that, and see what the next step is that we should take. So we're not gonna film this part just for the respect of them, and we'll give you guys an update when we're done.
So we just got back from the realtor. Kind of good news, kind of bad news. The bad news is there's no water. They're most likely isn't groundwater. They don't think. They're not really sure. They guess it'd probably be between $10,000 and $15,000 to tap a well. So that's the bad news. The good news is we were planning on doing rainwater collection anyway because we want to do this thing off grid. I know a well technically would be off grid, but we've always been interested in doing rainwater collection, especially here.
Because this is the place to do it.
Yeah, they get like 20 inches of rain in a month sometimes, like between 8 and 20 during the wet season.
Right.
There's 3 months of dry weather. I keep hitting my head because I have my boots on. But anyways, we offered, on the land, we offered 25% less because there's no water.
We're hoping that this guy is understanding of the situation, the seller, and will accept our renegotiation.
Which I think he should. If there's no water, no one's gonna buy that except for us and with what we're doing. And I don't think there's a lot of people looking to do what we're doing here. So that's the update for now on the property. We'll know in a couple of days what they come back with, if they accept it or not. But now
we're going somewhere very special. Some of you guys will recognize this place.
So we've been at this campsite here for about a month. We've loved it, but it's time for us to move on.
Well, you guys, we're not going anywhere anytime soon. I just pulled out of the driveway here and our gas tank just started spewing a bunch of gas. As many of you guys know, we just got the fuel pump fixed about a week ago. A mechanic came to the spot and fixed it out for us, but obviously something was not done correctly. So Jordan's poking his head under there to see if there's anything that he can physically see. We're gonna try to give this mechanic a call, see if maybe he can run down here. But in the meantime, we're not going anywhere.
You see all that gasoline coming out. I'm not really sure what to do.
No.
Because you have the pump and then there's electrical connections right here and gas is just squirting all over those.
Did you see it squirting out?
Yeah, it was a lot of gas.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't like just like a dribbles. It was just like a stream
So we definitely
of gas.
shouldn't drive then.
We're gonna have to move it. We're in his freaking driveway. We're probably in the worst spot to be.
I know. Well, folks,
We're not going anywhere.
we're not going anywhere. We're stuck here until the mechanic comes in the morning, which is totally fine. We're in a wonderful place, wonderful little camp spot. So you guys will just have to tune into my video, right? Is that what we're gonna do?
Kaylee's filming tomorrow, so she was planning on filming tomorrow anyways, but now there's some drama going on. So if you want to see what happens with the fuel pump,
And where we end up tomorrow, because we told you earlier, we're leaving and we're going to another spot. So if you want to find out where we're going, tune into my channel, and that video will be posted tomorrow, right after this one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So thanks for coming along for this day. What a day it's been. And that's about it.
We
See
love
you
guys.
See you guys next time.